boys and girls, and welcome back to Sunday School. We are continuing our big story of God's forever kingdom that's found in the Bible, and today's story is from the book of Exodus, the second book in the Old Testament. Let's start by taking a look at our poster. This picture shows Moses leading God's people out of Egypt. I wonder what Moses is thinking about. I wonder why there is blood on the doorposts. What else do you see in this picture? I wonder how it is that the people are walking on a dry pathway with water all around them. I wonder where they're going. I wonder what those 2 stone tablets are about. Let's find out more in our story. Last week we learned about Joseph who was in Egypt and how God saved his people, the Israelites, from hunger. The Israelites grew into a great nation living in Egypt. In Egypt there was now a new king, a new Pharaoh who turned the Israelite people into slaves and treated them very cruelly. The Israelites cried out to God for help, and God heard the cries of his people and sent a little baby boy. His name was Moses, and one day Moses would grow up and rescue the Israelites. When Moses was 40 years old, God appeared to him and spoke to him from a burning bush. God told Moses to lead the people out of Egypt and away from the cruel Pharaoh. He told Moses to tell Pharaoh, "Let my people go." But Pharaoh had a hard heart and would not let the Israelites leave Egypt. God sent many terrible plagues on the Egyptians to force Pharaoh to let them go. He turned the river to blood. He sent frogs, gnats, flies, and sores on the people. God sent hail, locusts, and even darkness. But Pharaoh still would not listen to Moses. Then God told Moses that each Israelite family was to put the blood of a lamb over their doorposts, so that they would be safe on the night that God sent the final plague. That night, the firstborn of every Egyptian family died. But God did not take the lives of the firstborn in their homes that had blood on their doorframes. God passed over the families of Israel, and no one died. This promise that God gave the Israelites is our memory verse today. Let's read it. "The blood on your houses will be a sign for you. When I see the blood, I will pass over you." Exodus 12:13. The lamb's blood points forward to the blood of Jesus, who would one day die on the cross so that all people could be saved from sin. After the firstborn Egyptians died, Pharaoh finally let God's people leave. The Israelites had grown into a large nation of 1 million people when they left Egypt. But after they left, Pharaoh changed his mind and chased them all the way to the Red Sea. But God did a mighty act to save his people. When Moses raised his staff over the Red Sea, God parted the water so that the Israelite people walked across on dry land. But Pharaoh and his army, who were chasing the Israelites, were drowned in the sea. The Israelites were saved once again. God continued to tell the Israelites how much he loved them and wanted them to follow and obey him. God gave Moses 10 commandments that were written on stone tablets. These 10 commandments are God's laws. They tell people how to love God and live according to his ways. But some of the Israelites forgot about God's law and did not keep his commandments. As a consequence, God did not allow the Israelites to go into their promised land right away. Instead, God had them live in the desert for 40 long years. What an amazing story filled with God's mighty acts to save His people. Next week, we will hear how God was ready to fulfill another part of His promise, to lead His people back to the promised land. Bye for now. See you next week.